Welcome to Tea House After Hours, where we make a fun tea drink for our after hours activity. For today's activity, it's going to be a nice day out. I'm going to chill out on my balcony and tend to my tea garden. I'm going to clean it up a little bit because I'm going to start transitioning into fall gardening. Yeah, that's going to be fun. But first, we need an ice cold beverage. And today we're making a kiwi lime tea soda. Let's get into it. So first we're going to steep our tea. I'm using this green tea here. You can use any green tea that you like. I'm going to make 4 cups of tea and I'm going to make this concentrated. So I'm going to use double the amount of tea that I normally would use. Usually you use a teaspoon per every 8 ounces of water. So if I'm doing 4 cups, that would be 4 teaspoons. To make it concentrated, we're gonna double that and make it 8 teaspoons. So that would be like 2 tablespoons. Oops. 1. 2. And then a little more. Then we're gonna add our hot water. Then we're gonna let this steep for about 3 minutes and then let it cool down completely. In this recipe, it's 5 simple ingredients. We have some golden kiwis, lime, our freshly brewed green tea, and then we have our Saratoga sparkling water. And then optional, depending on your desired sweetness, I'm going to add agave. First, we're gonna chop and peel our kiwis. By the way, these are golden kiwis, which that means that they are sweeter compared to the green kiwis. And if you don't know this hack for peeling your kiwis, don't say I never told you not to. Cut your kiwi in half, take a spoon, and dig in there. Half of one. We're gonna add half of lime juice. And then if you're gonna add sweetener, do it at this step. 2. I'm adding 5 tablespoons of agave because I like my evening drink to be a little bit sweet, okay? Now we're gonna muddle everything together until there's no huge chunks. And now we're gonna pour in our tea concentrate. Now we're gonna mix all this goodness together. We're pretty much finished here. Now this is where you add your sparkling water. Add this directly to the pitcher. Or I recommend, if you're not gonna serve all of this right away, waiting until putting your sparkling water until you dress up the drink. So as you serve this, then you can add this, top it off with sparkling water. I moved outside for the vibes. Now we're gonna open up our favorite sparkling water. Listen to this. Oof. You see that? Yes. Ooh, this water is just so electrifying. It's one of the few sparkling waters that actually give you that, like, the level of carbonation that you be needing, like that. I need that. When I want something carbonated, I need that little jolt. And this gives me just that. Y'all, this drink is definitely right on time because it is hot out here. Like, can you see that I'm sweating? I've been out here for a good 10 minutes and you can see the sweat on my forehead. So this drink is just what I need. Cheers, y'all. The only regret that I have making this is that I made it with green tea, so therefore it's caffeinated and I can't drink this whole pitcher. or else I'm gonna be up all night. And my favorite part about it all is that I'm getting chunks of the kiwis as I drink. Y'all have to make this, and please let me know when y'all do. All right, now we're ready for the after hours for sure. I'm not gonna lie, before I started drinking this tea, I was a little tired, and I definitely got a boost of energy from this caffeine from the green tea. It definitely woke me up. I'm gonna put a warning on this. If you're drinking this in the evening and you're caffeine sensitive like me, be aware of how much you drink, which is why I put the rest of it up. I probably won't even finish this glass because I don't want to be up all night. Now let's get into our activity. Today's after hours activity is really nothing too crazy. I'm really just doing my daily gardening chores. I need to water the garden. I want to also clean up my tomato plant because it has some dying leaves over there that I need to get rid of. And I also want to tie the tomato. How rude. Everything's looking like decently well in my garden right now. My chamomile, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all this, but my chamomile is growing very weird. I planted this chamomile before summer even started. Like, this is one of those herbs that I try to transplant. They've been staying alive, but they never grew up. But now, as you can see, I have this one little stem that's ready to bloom. Well, there's 2 blooms on it, which that's exciting. But also, where's the rest of the chamomile? What is the rest of y'all doing? What is the rest of it doing? Transitioning into fall, it will start to perk back up because a lot of my herbs didn't start growing until the end of the summer, like really flourishing. So I don't know if they like the extra heat or they like the cool days that we've had. I don't really know. Maybe it took a minute to get acclimated. I really don't know. This is my first garden, so I don't have the answers. I'm just going with the flow, trying to just keep things alive. My cilantro is dying, but luckily I have some extra seeds, so I did go ahead and plant those, and those are popping up just fine right now. But I think what happened with my cilantro is I cut too much off because there wasn't really enough growing to begin with. All right, some of it started dying, and I think I cut off a little bit too much for it to continue growing. Planted a lot more cilantro this time around, and it's popping up just fine. Hopefully it can bloom into actual cilantro. But I'm going to be transitioning into my fall garden. Most of the stuff that I have here will stick around, but I'm going to add some more fall things. I'm going to start adding more produce on here. At first it just started out as a tea garden, and then it's trickled into some more produce as we went along. Now I'm going to add like some leafy greens, some flowers. I might attempt a baby watermelon. We'll see about that. I don't know if it's exactly the right time, but I bought the seeds. So my next video, hint, will be me putting together my fall gardenings. That worked perfectly. So basically what I did is I used this Velcro tape to Velcro the plant to my balcony railing so that I can add some structure for the plant. I was using this because this is something that I also had on deck, this trellis, but it was keeping it up, but it wasn't doing enough for me. You don't always have to buy something new for your garden. Really just using what you have. Like when you invest in things, usually it comes with a lot, especially I'm a smaller gardener, so when I buy things I usually have a lot left over, and you just stash them away until you need them again, until they're useful again. And so and this is something that I bought actually almost a couple years ago now when I started my house plants. I use it for my monstera plant, and now it's coming in handy again. You don't always have to keep buying new things for your garden. You just gotta recycle, reuse, and get creative. Y'all, it is entirely too hot out there. It is too hot, like too hot. The sun, what's the temperature? It says it's 85 degrees and it feels like 86, so it's not bad. But the sun is beaming directly on the balcony right now, and I am hot. Like, I'm over here chugging water. Make sure when you're consuming green tea, make sure that you're also drinking water with it, because tea can act as a diuretic, meaning it can flush you out, which means you need to replace those fluids in your body. I definitely want to do a lot more of these tea house after hours. I think creating this video was really fun. Today's activity was kind of short because it's hot out. Me cleaning up my garden today is leading to me transitioning into my fall garden, which will be in the next video. Sometimes your after hours activity doesn't have to be long and drawn out, but as long as you're taking the time for you and do the things that you want and need, that's what matters. Okay, and then you romanticize it with a fun little drink. That is right up my alley. We work a lot in this lifetime, and I think it's very important to have some you time after work. We spend a lot of time in this world doing things that we don't even want to do. I guarantee most of us would not work if we didn't have to, or work would look a lot different to us if there wasn't a whole bunch of different obstacles and things involved with that. Tea house after hours is to remind us that we need to take some time for ourselves. Like, you gotta diversify the fulfillment, the joy. Okay, let me know if you like this concept. So thank y'all for coming to the tea house after hours with me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you like the vibe. Cheers.